So it appears that MrBeast is under fire yet again. Well, I think it really depends on your definition of under fired, because it's Rosanna, DogPack and Jake Weddle going at MrBeast again, and I feel like they've all lost their credibility completely. Rosanna has twisted things completely with a lot of the things she's saying about MrBeast being twisted to make him look as bad as possible. DogPack404 didn't do his research properly and ended up falsely accusing a guy of some things, and Jake Weddle, well, he cried a lot, manipulated some information to make himself look worse, and then took basic hush money from MrBeast. And we're gonna call it hush money because, Jake Weddle was like, no, I'm not gonna take any money, and then as soon as MrBeast offered him money, he took the money. At a reduced price, but it was still quite a hefty amount of money. And for that, we call Jake Weddle a weasel, a disingenuous content creator as well. But it seems that the three of them have united together in one big video to talk about MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul's product, Lunchly. And I really wish they just didn't, because they single-handedly muddied the waters completely for the MrBeast situation, especially DogPack and Jake Weddle. Rosanna sort of just sat on the side and no one listened to her anyway, because, she's the girl that cried about a MrBeast hiding a sick video for about a year. Of course, Lunchly is not as important as anything that's going on with MrBeast currently or in the past, but still, any valid criticism that they might have for Lunchly is probably a lie. Like, seriously, I know everyone's been hating on MrBeast for, pretty valid reasons over the past few months, but these people are next level scummy. And to be fair, I don't know why DogPack404's in this video when he needs to get to work on that fourth MrBeast video that he's been talking about and promising for absolute months at this point. But seriously, what did Rosanna, DogPack404, and Weasel Weddle have to say about Lunchly, the product of Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast? And are they just going to blame MrBeast? Well, probably, because that's what got them all views in the first place.
2024, and today's date is October 16th, so these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. This is molded. That's mold.
I could place a bet that she probably had this festering next to a radiator for about 2 weeks to make sure there was mold on this. Of course, I'm kidding. I think that Rosanna would ever do anything like this, but this does show the quality of the product that Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast are putting out there on the market. Unfortunately, this information came from somebody like Rosanna who's twisted stuff in the past, so I can't take this at face value and actually trust this content creator. She's lied and manipulated stuff in the past to make MrBeast and others look bad. I can't trust her here. I've got no doubt that MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI's product probably does have mold on it, but from the stuff she's done in the past, I just can't take her at face value here or trust a word she's saying. It's the exact same with Weddle and DogPack in my eyes. Yes, MrBeast has done probably some disgusting things, but I can't take it at face value without a lot of evidence from Jake Weddle or DogPack because of how they've acted in the past and what they've said. That's what happens when you end up tanking your own credibility.
This is not safe, especially like kids that are so young. They may not know what mold looks like, so they might just eat it. I saw a picture circulating about mold, but I didn't know if it was fake or, I just had heard about it, but this is real, you guys.
Of course, the quality of this food should be better. I'm spending $4 on this food. I'm not expecting it to have mold on it, but, surely as your parent as well, you would think that you would check through the massive plastic see-through container that, make sure it doesn't have any mold on it in the first place and make sure it's safe for your kids to eat. I feel like that would just be your due diligence as a parent regardless.
Specific ingredients. This is mold in the cheese, and this is really unhealthy. You should not eat mold.
Oh my god, thank you for letting me know, Rosanna, that I shouldn't be eating mold. Without you, I would be lost. She's really got to spoon feed it to our audience to make sure that they know how bad MrBeast is, You really shouldn't be eating mold because, it's really dangerous for you and bad for you. Really? I couldn't have guessed. As much as this needs to be critiqued, I wouldn't exactly say this is entirely MrBeast's fault, Logan Paul's fault, or KSI's fault. They're not going around there asking for mold to be put on their food. They should be checking it a lot more and, better regulations around this type of thing. But, they're not asking people to put mold on. It's just, the company as well. But I am betting completely that Rosanna and when Weddle and DogPack get on screen, that they are going to overblame MrBeast for this.
I'm gonna make these pizzas anyways. The other thing is, I didn't find a tear line. Maybe did I just jump the gun? No, there's no tear line on this. Like a little ketchup packet or something, so I had to use a scissor to open it. I don't know how kids at lunch would open this because they don't have scissors, so a tear line would also be a good idea, but it doesn't look like they can even master packaging something correctly.
I mean, I feel like that's nitpicking a bit when you've just found mold on the food. Maybe focus on the bigger picture. Like, oh no, there isn't a tear line, and she tries to make out like no kid in the world has ever used a pair of scissors, or in primary schools and kindergarten or wherever you want to be, there isn't little trays of scissors in every single classroom, I think a kid might be fine, and, you know, just use your teeth. I know, it might be an impossible feat though. But anything Rosanna can do to get a one-up on MrBeast, am I right? Like, I think MrBeast has done criticizable things, and I think Lunchly has a lot to be criticized over, but come on. Like, I feel like there's levels to it.
It's the same date. Oh, okay, this one looks like there's no mold. You've got a 50% chance of getting mold. It's like gambling, which is something he's a big fan of.
See, get your pot shots in on MrBeast for, you know, his other scummy practices. Again, this isn't just his product. I feel like it's a bit unfair just to blame MrBeast. You know, Logan Paul, you know, that guy, and KSI are also involved in this, including, you know, a whole packaging company and other people. I feel like just to blame MrBeast here is completely unfair. Like, you've picked out something that is completely criticizable and needs to be called out, and then, you know, filled it with your own biases to make it completely null and void.
Time for what we've all been waiting for. I've brought in the most unbiased panel to taste test and judge Lunchables versus Lunchly. All right, fellas, come on in. I've got the food in front of us here.
God, this is just what I've been waiting for. I've been on the edge of my seat and on the edge of something else right now, and I've just been absolutely enthusiastic about this. I can't wait to see what Jake Weddle and the other one says about this.
It's like an aftertaste that's like, you know, like after you throw it up and it's like a couple minutes later, and you have like that.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
You're biased, all right?
Not me!
Well, at least you're self-aware about what people feel like after they've watched one of your comedy shows, but can we get back to the food? To be honest, I really don't know how we're meant to trust Rosanna, DogPack, or Weddle, or whatever they say in this video, seeing as they're completely biased and they've lied in the past. Like, I would take whatever they say here with a huge pinch of salt. Yes, Lunchly is probably disgusting and, you know, it's got mold on, but I'm gonna say anything that they say, maybe just take with a pinch of salt.
Cheese dip was much better than the tomato paste. I don't like
Can
that.
try Lunchly? Lunchables.
This is
Lunchable.
Lunchables. We know
This
that
one-
one's, which one's which?
Yeah, right? I mean, this is every baseball game I've ever been at.
Yeah.
With that nacho cheese that they put on pretzels and everything.
I did have Lunchables when I was a kid, so I do have some nostalgia factor.
I mean, just coming from a guy that, you know, I'm not out to get MrBeast's entire livelihood here. I mean, I think Lunchables and Lunchly are both complete and utter slop. Like, they're both disgusting, they're both found with mold. Like, I really don't know what one can be better here. And you can really tell that they're acting up that this is an incredible thing in comparison to Lunchly. Like, no, they're just both bad. Two things can be bad. Just because you don't like MrBeast doesn't mean his competitor has to be good.
here.
Oh, but I will have to say, this cheesy sauce tastes okay. The tomato paste is
Salsa's
terrible.
much better in Lunchables.
This is disgusting. This is just like
That
if you
tomato
took
paste, yeah.
a can of tomato paste and just
Literally.
put it on there. That is not, that
Try the
is terrible.
prime?
I've actually never had prime in my life.
Would you like one? I have an extra.
Would I like one?
Wait,
No,
you
but
guys-
I'm supposed to be here, so.
Even their positive comments about Lunchly aren't positive whatsoever. It's like, genuinely, maybe they might have a little bit of a bias between one of the people that own the company. It's genuinely like if you got McDonald's manager to rate Burger King. McDonald's manager is not going to big Burger King up whatsoever because he's got a bias.
Okay, now take a big, take a big. Don't bite me.
I'm so scared.
No, take a big whiff, like with your nose. That smells like Hershey.
The more and more I watch of them, I just want to be sick. And that isn't the Lunchly, that's them. Some would say that I have a bias towards these three, like they have a bias towards MrBeast and every time he breathes. But I would say, no, I think it's pretty justified at this point. Like, genuinely, there's only so much leeway, regardless of how much you dislike MrBeast or disagree with things he's done, before you say enough's enough.
That does smell like Hershey's.
Yeah, it's just whatever. I don't know. I don't hate it. I'm not offended. Like, bad YouTuber products, I guess.
That is chocolate.
You can just tell the physical anguish they're in that they've got nothing overly negative to say about MrBeast chocolate. Like, this is coming from somebody, by the way, that has tried MrBeast chocolate, and I don't personally like it. You can say positive things about a product, even if it comes from somebody that you don't necessarily like. Like, I don't really like KSI, but I think his Ice Pop Prime's, you know, good. See, and that isn't going to hurt anyone. I don't get that whole stigma around giving anything positive towards MrBeast. Just because he's done bad things and, you know, you don't like him doesn't mean that he hasn't created a good product or, you know, done anything good out there.
About Prime is they're getting sued by the company who makes their bottles because they aren't selling enough.
Sorry, am I really defending Prime in 2024? That's not what their lawsuit is about. It's about the fact that, you know, the company that actually, you know, owns Prime backed out of an agreement with the bottler. Like, yes, in their lawsuit they mentioned the fact that Prime sales are on the decline, but that's not the reason for their lawsuit, and that would just be malicious and twisting facts and actually lying to say so. Am I surprised that Rosanna, somebody who's friends with DogPack, hasn't done her research? No, not in the slightest. Like, damn, honestly, it took me about less than a minute to find that piece of information. Just do your research.
But you can see the kind of like adhesive, like the glue, is not here.
Ooh, quality assurance issues, man. It's gonna cost you a lot of money, Jake.
I'm sorry, what are these people's issues with blaming MrBeast just for everything? Like, just everything entirely. This isn't just MrBeast's company. I don't know why you're directing this just at MrBeast. This is also KSI and Logan Paul. They also hold the exact same amount of responsibility as MrBeast does, and so does the packaging company. But you know, they didn't make you famous, did they?
You can see that the one that was not moldy, the adhesive is there. Yeah, at the end of the day, I just think that they should get out of food. They're just ripping off other brands. They don't bring anything new and original to the table. Even the flavors they chose are exact rip-offs of Lunchables.
Let me be 100% honest. I agree with her until she says about flavors being ripped off. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a pizza. Like, I don't know, what did you really want them to do there? I just think a lot of this comes down to nitpicking and biases. That's really all they say about the product. Rosanna's video is 20 minutes long, but I'm not going through all the absolute waffle that she spews. I just think it's funny that Rosanna is still spreading misinformation, but this time it's about Logan Paul and KSI and Prime. But don't worry, you guys, you know, just continue to muddy the waters on every situation you touch. It's much appreciated. But if you did enjoy today's video, please consider leaving that like and subscribing. But I've been your host Samuel, and I will catch you in the next YouTube video.